Los Santos, or he'd make sure Sweet suffered inside. I was alone, exiled from my home, with my brother in jail and my family scattered. The betrayal cut deeper than any wound. Smoke and Ryder had destroyed everything we built, all for money and power. I had nothing left but the clothes on my back and a burning need for revenge. Out in the sticks, I had to lay low. I met Kendall's boyfriend's cousin, Cesar Villalpando. He was a good guy, loyal. He showed me the proof about Smoke and Ryder before the big shootout, but I was too late to stop it. I also met this weird, paranoid hippie lady named The Truth. He had me doing all sorts of crazy stuff, like stealing a combine harvester from some local farmers. Then there was Catalina, Cesar's cousin. She was wild, unpredictable, and pulled me into a string of robberies across the countryside. It was a strange time, a complete 180 from the gang life in the city, but it kept me alive and it kept me busy. My time in the Badlands was tough, but it taught me a thing or two. I learned to rely on myself, to adapt to new situations far from the concrete jungle I knew. It wasn't about colors or turf anymore, it was about pure survival. Every weird job and every dangerous race hardened me. It gave me new skills and introduced me to people I never would have met otherwise. While Smoke and Ryder were getting rich off their betrayal back in Los Santos, I was out in the dirt, getting stronger, getting smarter, and planning my eventual return. They thought they got rid of me, but they only made me more determined. My journey eventually took me north to San Fierro. It was a whole different world from Los Santos, full of steep hills, cable cars, and a vibe I wasn't used to. Thanks to The Truth, I won a deed to a rundown garage in a race. It wasn't much, but it was a start. It was a place to build something new. Cesar, Kendall, and The Truth came with me, and together we started to make a plan. San Fierro was also where I found out who was supplying Big Smoke with his drugs, the Loco Syndicate. My mission became clear. I had to take them down piece by piece to cut off Smoke's power at the source. This is where I met some real allies. I hooked up with a blind triad leader named Woozy Moo, or Woozy as we called him. He was cool, calm, and ran the Mountain Cloud Boys. Despite not being able to see, he was one of the sharpest people I'd ever met. We became partners, and eventually, good friends. Through Woozy and his crew, I started to dismantle the Loco Syndicate. I also had to work with some shady characters like Jizzy B, a pimp who was part of the syndicate. I played along, gathered intel, and waited for the right moment to strike them down from the inside. After a lot of undercover work and some explosive action, we took out the leaders of the Loco Syndicate, Jizzy, T-Bone Mendez, and their mysterious boss, Mike Terreno. Or so I thought. After blowing up his helicopter, Terreno contacted me. Turns out, he was a government agent and he wasn't dead. He forced me to do a bunch of dangerous, top-secret missions for him out in the desert near